Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another Fantom price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Fantom chart, which has continued to hold above a high that we made at around the $0.3575 mark. And at the time of this recording here on the 4-hour chart, we are trading above the 20-day MA, meaning it's acting as support for us to continue pushing even higher. And before I get further into the technical analysis and also give you my next target areas for Fantom, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And allow me to start the video here on the 4-hour chart by first giving you a recap of what has been happening and also give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out. And here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that after making our low at around the $0.16 mark, we started a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that had been obeying the Elliot wave structures, where you can see that I'm terming the high that we made at around the $0.26 mark as the high for that first wave to the upside. And after seeing that high, we saw this ABC corrective structure having the wave C fully maximizing the formation of that wave 2 to the lower side. And after seeing the low, we started another bounce to the upside in the formation of this wave 3, and using the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gave me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at around the $0.35 mark, and that is a target area that we fully maximized. And after making our high in the formation of that wave 3, we started another corrective structure in the formation of that wave 4, which retraced back into this red target area, and having done so, it did the minimum that we expected the formation of that wave 4 to the lower side to do, before we started another bounce to the upside in the formation of this wave 5 to the upside. And by first giving you a target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 5, so that we can have an idea whether we have seen the high for that fifth wave to the upside, we can use the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the high of that wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 5 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.517 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting that wave 5 to the upside to do. And you can see here on the charts, we have now made our high at around the $0.49 mark, and that means there are chances that we might have seen the high for that fifth wave to the upside. And after seeing this 5-wave structure to the upside, I believe now Fantom might have completed a larger Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. So after seeing this 5-wave structure, we can now name this whole structure as a larger Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the high for that first wave, whatever we expect next is a retracement to the lower side in the formation of that wave 2, before we can expect a wave 3, then expect a wave 4, then push even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to the upside. And assuming that the high for this first wave to the upside is in, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 2 using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1. And that gives me a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of that wave 2 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which perfectly lies between the $0.3318 mark and the $0.2926 mark. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting this corrective structure to the lower side to do. And because the second wave is a corrective wave, I will also be expecting a corrective structure in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2. And once this move plays out, then I think this will be another perfect entry into Fantom, so that we can be able to ride another bounce to the upside in the formation of this wave 3, then expect a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. But that move doesn't mean that Fantom does not have room for us to create one more lower high in what we could term as the high for that higher Elliot wave count 1. And since we are trading above the 20-day MA here on the 4-hour chart, that means we have the support that we need for us to continue pushing even higher. And that would mean in case we push even higher and manage to break above the high for this first wave at around the $0.5 mark, maybe continue pushing a little bit higher, then there are chances that the high that we make could be the high for that first wave to the upside. And once that move plays out, then we can sketch out a new target area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 2, so that we can expect another bounce to the upside in the formation of that wave 3. So those are the the two possible scenarios that can play out here on the Fantom chart, but for me, I'm in favor of having seen the high for that first wave, and whatever we are seeing at the moment is just a short-term bullish movement before we continue retracing in the formation of this wave 2. Then from there we can get back into Fantom and ride that wave 3 to the upside. And before I give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, and also show you an area on the Fibonacci's that we have managed to break above on the daily chart, allow me to take a look at the indicators, where here on the RSI you can see we are trading at around the 57 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the lower side in the formation of that wave 2, and also supports that movement to the upper side to make one more lower high in the formation of that first wave to the upside. Also taking a look at the MACD, we have been able to print a bearish cross, and we are seeing an increase in the selling momentum, meaning soon we might continue pushing lower and fully maximize the formation of that wave 2 to the lower side. And jumping to the daily chart so that I can give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out. Here on the daily chart, I can first show you an area on the Fibonacci's that we have managed to break above by connecting the Fibonacci's from these low prices that we had been trading within to the all-time high. And you can see we have managed to break above the Fib level 0.88, which perfectly lies at around the $0.4325 mark, and that is a very significant key area on the Fibonacci's, and that means we are getting back into the recovery phase, and that would mean higher prices could be coming our way in case Fantom continues to obey the Elliot wave structures. And here on the daily chart, you can see that I have this Elliot wave structure in red, where you can see from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high at around the $3.52 mark in what I'm terming as a larger Elliot wave contour to the upside. And after seeing the all-time high, we started the bear market, where we had been seeing lower prices in this ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $0.16 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count too. And after seeing the low for this second wave, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of this wave 3. And here on the charts, you can see I have a target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the Fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $5.7395 mark. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting that wave 3 to the upside to do before we can expect a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. So those are the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out here on the Fantom chart, and I'll be keeping you updated.